students. Now the next method of measuring trends is the third method, that is moving average method. In previous video we have seen the definition of time series, its importance, some of the important components of it, then models of time series, and also we have seen two methods of measuring trends. First method, freehand method, or it is also known as a line graph, and other method is what semi-average method, in which either even number of years are given or odd number of years are given. According to that it changes. Now this is the third method, that is moving average method. Now here we get overall idea about trend. It compares 3 years data. So we can forecast the trend. So it is very helpful. It is very helpful to us. Now let me show you with the help of example. Our first thing we can say odd period. Example for odd period moving average. Let's see example for this odd period moving average. Okay, so here production is given again in thousands. 3-year moving average and trend value. Okay, so now years are given 1981, 1982, 1983, 1984 and 1985. It is most correct to us. Production is 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 40,000 and 50,000. Now how does we will take this? Here first of all take these three. Total of these three is what? 45. Then further take these three, 15, 20, 40. Here what I had did 10 plus 15 plus 20, first three. So that total is what? 45. Then further I had did 15 plus 20 plus 40. What does that total? 75. Then again further three, these three. So what does that? 20 plus 40 plus 50. Now this gives us most correct data. This is 110. Okay. Now trend value, we had taken 3 years, right? So here divide by 3. So this is what? 45 by 3. So it will be 15. It is 75 by 3. So this is how much? 25. And this is 110 divided by 3. So it gives approximately what? 39. Now again in these three, what is the middle year? 1982. So middle year is what here? 1982, right? In this one, it is middle year in between these three is 1983 and 83, and for last three the year is what? 1984. So 3-year data with us, so it is most helpful to us. So now simply you have to draw a graph of this and then get a trend line. So I'll give that part as a homework to you. You can easily plot a graph for this like a previous two. I had already shown you that part, right? Now this is what 3-year moving average as such we will take 3 continuous 3 we have to take and find out the trend values and the middle year and plot a graph and obtain a trend line for it. Now further let's take 5-year moving or 7-year moving. Now let me take an example for 7-year moving average. 5 years or 7 years moving average. So let's take an example for 7-year moving average. Okay. Year, production, let's take both of them. So moving average, let me take 5-year moving average as well as 7-year moving average. 5-year moving average as well as 7 years moving average. But the trend lines are different, right? So here years are given, suppose 1989, 1990, 1991, 1992, 1993, 1994, 1995, 1996, 1997. Production, what is the production? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, again 4, 3, 2 and what 1. So now for 5 years moving average we have to group 5. So these 5, that total will be how much? 15. So right, it will be 15. 15 divided by 5. So that is how much? 3. Moving average will be 3. Then again next 5, right? That total is what? 18 divided by 5. So it will be 3.6. Then again further 5 as such. Further 5. So what is the total? The total is 19 divided by 5. So that is what? 3.8. Then again further 5. So that total is what? 18 divided by 5 again. So it is 3.6. You can check. Then again further 5 are from here, right? So that is what? 15 divided by 5. 15 divided by 5. So it will be 3. Okay. These are what? Moving averages. And the middle year you can take here the middle year 1991. Then next middle year obviously 1992, 1993, 1994, 1995. As such the middle years you can take and you can plot a graph and get a trend line. Now for 7 years, what are the moving average for 7 years? So let me write the productions here for your understanding simply. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2 and what? 1. So first 7 we have to take first. These 7s. So this one gives 21 divided by what? 7. Right? 21 divided by 7. So it is what? 3. Then again further 7 are these. So that gives us the total 23 by 7. That is 3.2. Then next 7 are these one. That gives the total is what? 22 by 7 and that is how much? 3.1. And what is in these 7, what is the middle year is 1992. Then obviously for next one 1993 and 1994. Take these one and plot a graph, you will get a trend line for 7-year moving average, and also this one gives a trend line for 5-year moving average. Fine. So this is our moving average method here. Now here we have seen this method for odd period moving averages, 3-year, 5-year, 7-year as such. Now let me take that one for even period moving average. What does that? Even period moving average, let's see example for it. Years, sales, okay, 1995, 1996, 1997, 1998, 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002. Cells are here 74, 56, 48, here 69, 83, 52, 49 and 81. Now here let me take 4 years total, 4 years total. So these 4, so that total is what? 247. Then next 4, the total is what? 256. Then further 4, the total is 252. Then next 4, the total is what? 253. And then next 4, the total is what? 265. Now again here 4 years total we will found, but we won't take average of this one directly. Now we will do second quarter or 2 quarters of it. 2 quarters. 2 quarters means what? These 2 we will take. That total is what? 503. Again these 2 we will take. That total is 508. Then these 2 we will take 505, and this one will give us 518. Now these 4 we have found. Here what we have did? First 4 we have taken. Later on 2. So 4 into 2, so how much? 8. So this 4-year moving average we will found by dividing this total by what? 8. 4-year moving average. 4-year moving average. This is 503 divided by 8. So that is what? 62.8. This is 508 divided by 8. It will be 63.5. Then 505 divided by 8. So it is 63.125. And this is 518 divided by 8. So it is what? 64.5. Now here what is the middle year? Middle year will be what? The mean of these 2 will be what? 1996.5. Here 1997.5. Here 1998.5 and 1999.5. These are what? Years you can take and plot a graph of it. Get a trend line from this. Okay, these will be gives us as such. First of all 4 years total, and then 2 quarters we have to do 4-year moving average. As such we will found with the help of middle years we can determine the trend line for this. Plot that graph and get a trend line. That will be a homework to you. Now the next method is what? Use of weights in calculation. Sometimes the weights are given. Okay, so those weights we will use in calculation. Next method, using weights in calculations. Now the use of next 4th method you can say use of weights in calculations. Use of weights in calculations. So what does it? Now here suppose 3-year weighted average, 3-year weighted average with weight or with weight 141 is given to us. With this example, suppose year and what? Suppose production. Here suppose 3 years weighted we will found 3 years total with using weights, right? Now 1991, 1992, these years are given, 1993, 1994, 1995 and 1996. Production is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12. This is given. Now 3 years means here we will take, in middle one will be this. So that will be found as 2 into 1 plus 4 into 4 plus 6 into 1. These 3 we will take and multiply by these weights here. First will be multiplied by first, second will be multiplied by second, third will be multiplied by third, and that total is how much? 24. Again further this will use us 4 into 1 for these 3, right? 4 into 1 plus 6 into 4 plus 8 into 1. And that total is how much? 36. Then next 3 will give us 6 into 1 plus 8 into 4 plus 10 into 1. And that total is what? 48. Further these 3. So that is 8 into 1 plus 10 into 4 plus 12 into 1, and that total is how much? 60. Okay. Now what about summation of weights? Summation weight. Everywhere the sum of weights is how much? 6, right? So what is weighted average? Weighted average. Weighted average is what? Weighted average, this is nothing but this 3 years total, 3 years total weight we can say, right? 3 years total weight upon this summation. So it will be 24 divided by what? 6. So this is 4. This is 36 divided by 6 is how much? 6. 48 divided by 6 is what? 8. And 60 divided by 6, so it will be what? 10. What are the middle years here? The middle year is 1992, here 1993, 1994 and 1995. Take these years, plot a graph and get the trend line with this use of weights in calculations. As such, the weights are used and weighted average we will found to determine a trend line. Now the next method in our syllabus, that is method of least square. So let's going towards it. Method of least square. Method of least square. This is 5th method, right? Method of least square. Example for this, suppose year and sales are given. Now sales are in what? 1000. Okay. Years 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004 and 2005 are given to us. Sales 10,000, 12,000, 15,000, 16,000 and 18,000. Now some questions are asked here. Now though, let me write the questions. First question, summation y equal to na plus b summation x we have to determine. Then summation xy equal to a summation x plus b summation x square. These are the equations of least square method. So those one we have to determine, and solving them, by solving these two equations we get an equation of trend line, that is yc is equal to a plus bx. Here simply we have to find out these sums from the data, and here we will find out the values of a and b to put them here, okay, so that we will get the trend line. Second question is that what is the trend line equation? Already we have determined it in first part, trend line equation, so we can write it. What is the trend line equation? Third, what are the expected sales of 2009? Now if we know about the trend line, we can put any x to get y here. So years are nothing but x and sales is nothing but what? Y. Now next question, what is average change in sales? Average change in what? Sales. And the last one, sum of difference in trend values and actual values. That one we have to determine what does it. Okay, this one we have to solve. So solution for this, suppose let's prepare a table first to determine these sums. Okay, so solution for this, year, then suppose y are nothing but what? Sales, right? Then x, let me take these years are 4 digit figure, so let's take a deviation from 2003. X will be deviation from 2003. Then xy and x square we need here, right? So years 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004 and 2005. This one we have taken as a D. Sales are what? 10, 12, 15, 16 and what? 18. So deviations here, subtract 2003 from each one. So it is -2, -1, 0, 1 and what? 2. It's easy to determine now. This total summation y is required to us. This total is how much? 71. This summation x is also required. That total is 0. Now x into y. So this is -20, -12, 0, 16 and what? 36. This total is how much? 20. Summation x square is what? 4, 1, 0, 1, 4. And this is how much? 10. Okay. This is a table. First of all we should prepare. Now first part. What is it? The equations are summation y is what? 71. 71 equal to, how many n are there? 5. N is equal to what? 5. Here I can say n is what? 5. You can write down it. So 5 into a plus summation x is how much? 0. So plus b into 0. Right? So that gives us a is equal to what? 71 by 5 and that is 14.2. Okay. Next one, that summation xy is how much? 20. So it is 20 equal to summation x into a, so 0 into a plus b into x square is how much? 10. So this is summation x square, that is 10. So b is equal to what? 20 by 10, and that is how much? 2. Therefore we get this trend equation, that is yc is equal to what? 14.2 plus 2x. This is our trend line equation, right? Now this is the answer for B also. Okay. Now C, expected sales in 2009. So put x is equal to 2009, but x is not what? Deviation. So let's take a deviation of 2009 from 2003. Means subtract 2003 from 2009. So for C part, here x is what? 2009 minus 2003. For our simplicity we have did it. Deviations are taken so that the calculations were easy. So while finding the particular value, that time also you should do it. So x is now what? 6 here. Therefore expected sale is what? Expected sales is what? It will be y cap, that is 14.2 plus 2 into what? 6, and that value is how much? This is 26.2. This one. Okay. Now D part, average change in cells. What is average change in cells? That average change in cells is nothing but B into what? 1000. Average change in cells is B into 1000. And what is B? B is 2. So 2 into 1000. So it is what? 2000. Average change in cell is how much? 2000. Now the last part, E part, sum of difference in trend values and actual values. So for that, all the trend values for all these x we need to determine. So let's do that part. Let me take it here. Here this is E. Here first of all we will determine trend values. That is what? YC. And we will take YC minus Y. So what is Y? X with us. Let me write here X. X is what here? Minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1 and what? 2. These X is with us. Find out YC for each X. Put the X here in this equation. So it will be, if we put minus 2 here, then this is nothing but 10.2. If we put minus 1 is here, then it will be 12.2. Right? If we put 0 here, it will be 14.2. If we put 1, then 16.2. And if we put 2, then it will be 18.2. Right? Trend values, YC. Now, YC minus Y. What is Y? Y is, here for first Y is how much? 10. So what is Y? This is 10, 12, 15 in front of that, so that it will be very clear. This is 10, 12, 15, 16 and what? 18. Now take this difference. How much is this difference? YC minus Y. So this is what? 0.2. This is again 0.2. How much is this? Minus 0.8. This is 0.2. And this is also 0.2. What does this total? This total is what? 0. And the same result we want, that sum of difference in trend values and actual values actual values is always 0. I haven't taught you that part. While I have to show you that thing. These are trend values and these are actual values. If I take a difference and take a sum of them, that sum is always what? 0. Remember this. This is from this example. Now let me take one more example for this least square method so that it will be very clear to you. Now example. Prepare trend equation by taking 2011 as year of origin. What are the data? Year and cells given. So 2010, 2011, 2012 and 13, 14, 15 is given. And cells, corresponding cell 20, 22, 24, 28, 30 and 20. This is given to us. So we have to determine a trend line. Solution. What is n? N, let's write down n. N will be what? 6 here. So here cells is nothing but what? Y now. Right? X will be determined. Take a deviation from what? 2011. Deviation, or let me type year minus 2011, right? Then xy and what? X square we have to find. You know the equations of least square method from previous example. Year 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014 and 2015 with this. So the cell 20, 22, 24, 28, 13 and 28. This total is 152. This difference is what? Minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and what? 4. This total is what? 9. Okay. Then x into y is minus 20, 0, 24. This is 56, 90 and what? 112. And this sum is 262. X square is 1, 0, 1, 4, 9, 16 and this total is how much? 31. Now you know equations. Summation y equal to n into a plus b summation x. This gives us 152 is equal to 6a plus 9b. Substituting the corresponding value, summation y is 152, n is 6, summation x is what? 9. Call this as equation number 1. Then summation xy equal to a summation x plus b summation x square. This is another equation, right? So summation xy is 262 equal to 9a plus 31b. Call it as equation number 2. Solving 1 and 2, we get, solving 1 and 2 we get, a is what? A is 22.42 and b is how much? 1.94. Okay. Therefore, equation of trend line. Equation of trend line is, that equation of trend line is what? YC equal to a plus bx. So a is what? 22.42 plus b into x, 1.94 into what? X. This is our required equation of this example, and with this example our chapter 4 is finished, that is time series. Now this is the 100% syllabus of statistics is over. Now we have taken previous 3 chapters and now this is the 4th chapter, that is time series. Thank you.